My name is Malcolm Doherty. I'm the Director of the Department of Transportation for the state of California, which of course is Caltrans. I appreciate you coming out. This is the unveiling of the announcement of an Innovation Awards contest that the state of California is putting on, 25K Find a New Way Innovation Awards contest. I'm joined by two other agencies along with Caltrans, the Alcoholic Beverage Control and Director Timothy Gorsuch, as well as General Services Director Danley Kim. I want to express my appreciation to Assembly Member Mike Gatto, as well as Governor Brown, for signing AB 2138 for bringing back an innovative spirit to state government. California has a history of being a very innovative state. I think California government has a background of being very innovative as well, and it's time that we reinstilled that innovative spirit into California and the state agencies, and we're going to reach out to the public to see what innovative ideas that they have. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Assemblymember Mike Gatto to discuss the Assembly bill that he authored in a little bit greater detail. Assemblymember?
Thank you. So the bill was Assembly Bill 2138. It was passed by the legislature last year and signed by Governor Brown, and it gave the governor the option of selecting 3 agencies within the executive branch to offer innovation awards. And of course, they came up with a wonderful slogan, which is 25K to find a new way. And what we envision is people in California. We have a lot of entrepreneurial spirits and a lot of people who are very well versed in technology. We envision people offering their intellectual property to these agencies in exchange for a modest prize and, of course, renown. Has this worked in the past? Yes, there's a long tradition of this working. In 1714, the British government could not calculate longitude. They could calculate latitude, of course, but they could not calculate longitude. They offered a prize, which would be $4 million in today's dollars, for anybody who could calculate longitude. They thought that the prize would go to a sailor, an experienced mariner, but it actually went to a watchmaker, probably from Switzerland or something. And we've been able to calculate longitude ever since. Most people forget that Charles Lindbergh, in some of his initial flights that were so history-making, were also offered as part of one of these prizes, where there were prizes awarded for people who could navigate a certain distance with an airplane. Most recently, there is a Defense Department agency. It's called DARPA. Many of you are familiar with it. They offered a modest prize, just $7,500, to somebody who could design a new combat support vehicle. Of course, it's not the money that got people invested in it. It was the renown and the fame and the potential job offers that come with it. A great story. There was an immigrant truck driver from Mexico who developed a new combat support vehicle. He offered his plans to the Defense Department, and they built it in 14 weeks. Which, as you know, anybody who follows the Defense Department knows it would take a lot longer than that for the military to get something from plan to development. So I want to stress, it's very important stressing to the media that this is not a suggestion box. We're not going to pay $25,000 for somebody who has a suggestion. This is $25,000 for hard intellectual property, a way to streamline a procedure, something that is actual intellectual property. This is California. We live in an app economy. I'm sure that some of the most successful submissions will end up being applications that somehow streamline a government process. I guess we should turn it over for some questions or some quick questions, I guess, and then I'll turn it over to the next speaker.
Who's eligible?
Anybody who doesn't work for the government. So this was an amendment requested by the Republicans in the House last year. They didn't want government employees to just say, okay, we'll do this and hold this back, and then get a $25,000 bonus in addition to their salary. So it's literally anybody who does not work for the California government. Other questions?
That probably carries over to family members as well.
Yeah. Any other questions? No. All right. Well, thank you very much.
We're gonna offer up a few more comments on specifically what each of the agencies are doing, and let me again express my appreciation on behalf of all the different departments in California government to Assemblymember Gatto for taking the initiative. I really do think that California has, as he mentioned, an innovative spirit, an entrepreneurial spirit. And I think there's a lot of examples, and certainly Caltrans has a lot of examples from seismic design to pavement design and safety design across different aspects of our transportation system. And now we want to continue to try to invigorate not only our department, but invigorate the innovative spirit from a transportation standpoint. And we will be looking for implementable ideas, not only for streamlining the organization and its activities, but implementable ideas that we can put out on the street and recognize that intellectual property, as was mentioned, with a $25,000 award. And we will look to try to implement that strategy that comes forth and is awarded that prize. So that's what we will be looking for.
Ban the legislature. A good suggestion.
Ban the well, that's well, who knows what we'll get. We'll get suggestions all across the board, I'm sure. Not only from the legislature, but I'm sure Caltrans will get suggestions all across the board as well. I will highlight one website that'll have additional information as well as deadlines for submittal, and that is findanewway.ca.gov. And we will continue to try to roll out this program through social media and different ways of distributing information through each of these departments. So why don't I at this time invite up the Director of the Alcoholic Beverage Control, Timothy Gorsuch, and he can talk a little bit about what his department envisions for this contest.
Thank you very much. You know, this program is a wonderful opportunity for the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control to excite the bright and creative minds that we have here in California and to get them to submit their ideas to reduce underage drinking and limit youth access to alcohol. And many of the programs that we utilize across the state today were the brainchilds of parents, law enforcement, and education, as well as medical care providers who have seen firsthand the tragedies that can occur when our youth consume alcoholic beverages. In 2013, the Center for Disease Control came out again and said that alcohol is the most used and abused drug of our youth here in the United States. And a significant amount of that alcohol is consumed in the form of binge drinking, putting our youth at even greater risk for having higher absenteeism, poor performance in school, to the tragedies associated with alcohol-related car crashes and alcohol poisoning. Here at ABC, we're looking for outside-of-the-box solutions and creative strategies to help us continue to combat this problem. And we're very excited to see the ideas that could be worth up to $25,000 to someone who submits as part of this program. Thank you for being out here and helping us get the word out, and we encourage everyone to submit their ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Director, and let me invite up the Director of the Department of General Services, Mr. Daniel Kim, to describe what his department is doing.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, everyone. I'm Daniel Kim. I'm the Director of the Department of General Services. I'm really happy to be here. As a business manager for the state of California, DGS is really responsible for identifying ways to make operational improvements throughout the state. So we're really excited to be part of this project. And I want to really thank Assemblymember Gatto for AB 2138, because we really need to push for improvements in innovation in government. So one of the things that we're doing in our department is sponsoring an open data codeathon. Now, we're doing that in conjunction with our sister departments in GovOps agency. We'll be having that later in October at our headquarters. Our goal is to bring together a mishmash of computer programmers, whether they're civic hackers, software engineers, and even our own staff, to get together and figure out ways to better use public data that we're going to make available to them. This data is going to be data about our fleet, about our emissions rates, and the like. And our goal is to have them take that data, possibly make some applications, some visual displays of quantitative information, so that we can make more informed decisions as policymakers, but also provide that kind of information for the public for their own use. So we're really excited about this and look forward to the event. And if you'd like some more information about the event, we have some here, and we'll have some on our website. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director. I will bring your attention to the news release, which has a little bit more information, including the website and each of the contests that are being administered by Caltrans Department of General Services and the Alcoholic Beverage Control. So at this point, if you have any questions for any of us, we'd be happy to entertain those questions.
I have a question about how it works. Does one person get the prize in each department?
So for Caltrans, our contest is set up for the one grand prize winner for the best innovative idea, implementable innovative idea.
At DGS, we're going to have multiple prizes. First place, second place, third place, and another prize.
So you divide up the 25K however you decide you're going to do that.
Correct.
And is Caltrans looking for anything in particular?
No, we're looking for any good ideas, not only from our own operations to innovative recommendations, suggestions for all transportation. So it would be across the board, and I think the possibilities are almost endless, but we don't have any constraints on what we're looking for.
Okay.
Other questions? Yeah, the one I will repeat the website, which I think there's there's a lot more information, and that is findanewway.ca.gov. And again, there's additional detailed information from each of the agencies as well as deadlines. So I appreciate the media for coming out and helping us kick this off. I know all of our departments will be continuing to try to get the word out through social media and other website opportunities. And again, let me express my appreciation to Assemblymember Mike Gatto for pushing for innovative government. And I think that that's a very important thing for us all to do at this day and age. So thank you for coming out, and thank you again, Assemblymember.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.